Happy Monday, everybody. It's Louise from Wildflower Will, and welcome to Monday Night Knit Night. It's New Start Monday. We were voting all day long on a bunch of different yarns, and I have some other projects that I'm going to show you that I worked on this past week. And then we'll chat about what you all were working on. So, this week's project is going to be a knitted bag. The inspiration was from my niece who crocheted a granny square bag. And it was so super cute. I thought, oh, I need to knit a bag. I haven't knit a bag in a really, really, really long time. So I thought this is the perfect time to do it and use up a ton of old stash, like really, really, really super old stash. Um, so the options, what you were voting for was either just a single colored bag or multicolor. And the plan is to do mitered squares. The crochet bag that was the inspiration. I wish I had a picture of it. I would show you. I should have thought to take a picture. Um, Granny squares turned on the sides so they were diamonds, single crochet together, and she has a handle to put on it. So it's really fun. I think she said she did the option for a 13 square bag. She sent me the pattern and I'm just going to kind of use it. They end up being 5-inch squares. And so that mitered squares would be a really fun project. So the question that you were all voting for, would this here marled classic wool just do all the squares? And I thought that would be really fun with the marled to do mitered squares and then have the squares going different diagonals and have the marled kind of going. Thought that would look really fun. Or do a mixture of colors. So I pulled out, I had some greens, I had 2 shades of green. I got like a lot of classic wool. I'm just getting to the worsted in all of my yarn sorting. And so I pulled it. At first, I had 2 shades of green with the gray. Anyways, what I ended up with was the burgundy, a dusty rose, and a gray, and put those 2 together. Those 3 together. 2 shades of pink and a gray to do a bag, which I think would look really fun. So you guys were voting whether it was single or multicolored, and it was all votes one way, all across the board here on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Everybody today was leaning one way. Now, I think we had one of our highest amount of votes this week or today, which was super, super fun. We had 141 votes, which was amazing. There was a lot of people were really interested in how this bag was going to be knit. Um, Karen brought up a really good point. She voted for the single colored bag. And she's like, do single color because then you won't have all those ends to weave in, which is a really good point because I hadn't really thought about that. But it's only a bag. There's not going to be a whole ton of, well, there will be, but that's okay. And there won't be a super, super crazy amount of ends to weave in. So the yarn all came from my stash. I think most of it came from the basement stash, which is like the oldest of old stash that I haven't looked at. Like this, completely forgot about it. Dark beige marl. It's got an older, well, no, that's actually not the old. I think this is the oldest label. Then I think they went to this. What else do we have? So maybe it's not that super old. I thought it was a whole lot older, but I think this label is the older label than this. Anyways, it's been around for quite a while. Dark beige. So it's really, it looks like a brown marl, which is really, really nice. And I have quite a lot of it, which is why I picked it for the solid color bag. I don't know if I was holding on to it to make a sweater. I'm not sure if I have quite enough to make a sweater. I'm guessing that maybe a number of years ago when I bought this, I may have bought enough for a sweater quantity at that time. Thinking if I was buying it now, I would have to add a couple balls. Anyways, it's here and I think it would make a really fun bag. It's like, I don't know, you guys. Are you guys getting all the fall vibes? I don't know if it's just because the fall decor is all out in the stores. Today was cool. Like you needed a sweater on and I don't know, it's feeling fallish, even though I really want to hold on to the last days of summer here and have some more beach days. We can feel that pull towards fall, right? Oh, Liz, you're knitting a stash that is probably 30 years old. Okay, that makes me feel good. I was going to say this could very easily be 15 years old. Some of this, all of this could be. Hey, Jen, how are you? Who else here tonight? Sabrina, Diane, Dawn, Nikki, Alice, Mary, Elizabeth, Jocelyn, Cindy, Liz. Did I miss anybody who said hi in here? Dawn, it does. Oh, does not have a fall feel here, but you're ready for it. Where did you say you was that Utah? I gotta wait for the comments to pop up here. Um, oh, it won't let me. Okay. Anyways, yeah, it's hot here. I mean, I'm sure we'll have another heat wave come through because that's kind of how summer's gone. It's been up and down. Oh, yeah, Utah. But you're definitely ready for it. Anyways, so I don't know. I think the multicolored everything seems to be multicolored right now. When you think a granny square project, you typically think multicolored, or at least I do. And that is what Lauren Wren did her project in was solid. It was a solid purple, which looked really, really nice. And it kind of surprised me because I was ready for something really nice and bright and colorful. The granny square is multicolored and it wasn't. It was all one tone of a nice purple shade, and it was nice, and I think that's where I got the idea. I'm like, "Ooh, maybe I could do mine in a solid too." But then I have all these other fun colors that I think would be really fun to put together for a bag as well. So, anyways, there was tons and tons and tons and tons of votes today, which was so fun, and the winning color way had 74% of the votes, which I have to say kind of surprised me maybe a little bit. And oh, Liz says too green out here for fall, but I am more than ready. I know. I think a lot of people are right because it's been pretty hot this summer. Sherry says it's hot, but it's getting dark earlier. I know. I know. I know. It's like starting to get dark now. I know. It's just it does at this time of year. You just know it's coming, right? No hint of fall. Jocelyn says, "Yeah, you're ready for cooler temps." Sabrina, yeah, well, you are. It's where it's always hot, right? Not feeling like fall here either. Okay, Liz is giving me the drum roll. So, what did I say? 74% of the votes. Pretty much everywhere, like I said, across the board. Usually, sometimes Instagram and Facebook are totally different voting, but not today. Everybody was feeling the same thing. Mary, you did not buy any yarn at the Michigan Fiber Festival? What did you buy? Did you buy no yarn? Okay, so is this a test? No yarn. Did you buy fiber? Did you buy bags? Did you buy something else? Wow, my goodness. Did you sort your yarn out before you went or something? I know that is like a reality check on whether you should or should not buy yarn, right? Okay, so anyway, 74% of the votes went to single or multicolored, you guys. Everybody, practically everybody voted multicolor. So I think I was leaning towards this. So I don't know if I was surprised when I looked at the app. I was super, super busy at work today, so I didn't go looking at Instagram stories till mid-afternoon, and I looked at the voting and I was like, Oh my goodness. It was like really all the votes were over here for multi. And so, yeah, I don't know if I was so much I was surprised or I was like, dang, I think if I had voted, I think I would have voted single. So you guys, the 25% of you who voted single, I would have been right there with you. But anyways, it is it is right here. Oh, Sherry says you bought Mary's share at Knit City. Okay, Sherry, yes. We'll have to chat about that. Um, oh, yeah, so 2 fiber festivals this past weekend. Super fun. Mary, oh, you took classes. You bought a tapestry loom and a peg loom. Okay. So now the details are like slipping out here. So you didn't totally walk away empty-handed. You just switched crafts. That's super exciting. Okay, you guys. So now what I have to do is figure out this pattern. Ren sent me the schematic that she crocheted her bag from. So I'm thinking, this can't be that hard. I just need to figure out how many stitches I need to cast on to get a mitered square that's going to be 5 inches square or so, right? I mean, I don't care. 4 inches, 6 inches, well, maybe not six, but somewhere in there. Um, Probably 4.5, 5 millimeter needles, what I will knit it on. Do just a nice center double decrease so I get a nice line. I mean, the granny square, right, has the nice, like the open little hole in the center of the square, which um, somebody pointed out to me when I was telling them what I was going to be doing. They're like, "Oh, well, you won't have that," and I'm thinking, I don't think I want that because I don't know. I'm thinking about using this probably as a project bag. And I mean, I know needles can slip out of anything that's knitted or crocheted, but actually having a hole is just more tempting, right? So I'm fine with it not having that hole and just being a diamond and having that nice center double decrease. I had to think there for a second. I think will be nice. And then just alternating. Now, if I have to add another color in, I might, but I like these. I know there's probably not going to be a lot of contrast between the dark, okay, what colors are these? I have no idea. This must be like a heathered something, something, plum heather. It's really pretty. You wonder why they discontinue some of these, right? This I remember. I must have had this out for New Start Monday not that long ago. Is it for a double knitting or something? And this is a wood, no, yes, wood rose heather. So that's really pretty. And then this is gray. Mercury, I'm guessing. Oh, I'm wrong. What is this? How do you say this? I am like truly stumped on how to say this. Palais. Palaeus? I don't know. That's okay. I would have bet money this was Mercury, you guys. Okay, it's a dirt gray. We'll just call it dirt gray. Okay, look, I don't know. Can you read that? Anybody know what that word is? Can you see that? The top one, right? Okay, now I'm looking here. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, it is what it is. It's dark gray. We're gonna call it dark gray. I think it'll look fine. Even if these two are together, we'll have the squares. It'll be fine. French. I know it's like palace. It means okay, Louise. Well, that's what I was looking at it. That moment of pause there, and I'm thinking, okay, this looks like it should be like you could call it palace, right? It means palace, so it is French. Me, is this why I got it in the discount bin because they labeled it French? I have no idea. No idea. Anyways, and that is really crazy. Anyways, it is what it is. It'll look lovely. And I think these will look fun together. Don't know what this bag will end up being for me, or I may gift it because I am really thinking about holiday gift giving. And I really need to start making some holiday gifts if I am going to give them finished this year. So I think this might be really fun. And oh, Louise, bottom name is an Italian. Was there any English on there? Okay, the first two are the same. I don't know. Okay, I have trouble pronouncing the English, let alone putting it in a different language. Thanks, Louise, for your language skills here. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so this is what it's going to be. I'm going to play around doing some miter squares. I am super, super excited to do this and then see how this bag turns out. These color, I might even keep these bag. I don't know. I might make this bag for me. I might make this one to give away. I might do another one for me. I might even do the solid one for me and do this one to give away. Oh, Sherry's trying to help me out. Palette? Palette? I don't know. Gray. We're going with gray. Palette. Okay. Louise, oh, you have a French mother and Italian father. Get out of town. This was made for you then. Okay, anyways, all these colors, I've got a ton of this. So maybe I will still get to see. I'll have to look and see how many balls I actually have. If I have enough of this for a sweater, maybe I should actually keep it for a sweater. I don't know. So that's the thing. You keep yarn in your stash for like so many years. When you actually get around to knitting with it, you're like, do I really like this for a sweater now or not? I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna have to think about that. I think I might like it as a bag better than a sweater. So we'll see. Anyways, this is going to be so fun. I am so excited about doing a bag project. I cannot really tell you how excited I am. I have not knit a bag in like, I don't know how many years, like probably 15, probably when I bought this yarn. There was a time when I was teaching knitting classes out of my house. And I was really designing a lot of patterns. And like this was before I was probably right around the time I got on Ravelry, maybe before I was even on Ravelry. And pretty much every month I was designing a new pattern. And then that was what I was teaching from. And I came up with two different like bucket bag kind of ideas, and they were really nice. And one I had used a long time, and I had faded way back before fades were kind of a thing, and it was shades of brown, and I really really liked it, and I have tucked it away somewhere. So I'm going to have to pull it out and may reknit that at some point too after I do the mitered square. But anyways, long story short, that bag was the last one I did, and it was forever ago. So I'm really excited to try this. And if my gauge is really off and my squares end up really big and I don't like the size of the bag, it's 100% wool. So it could be felted, which would also be a fun project. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm not planning on felting it unless things go really off track. Then felting is in my back pocket as a way to recoup things. Oh, Kim says it feels like fall in northern Ohio. Yeah, see, Kim, we're not that far away from each other. 17 degrees. I think it was 18 here. Yeah, going down to 10. Oh my gosh, that's almost getting cool enough that I need to be bringing in some of my tropical plants. Yikes. You had to wear your puffer jacket to walk the dog tonight. I felt like an idiot. I know, but it does. It's cool, right? And I know all day today was kind of the same way. If you're in the wind and out of the sun, it was cold. if you were in the sun out of the wind, it was hot. It was, yeah, crazy day. Hi, Diane. Oh, you love your felted Japanese nutmeg. Well, I am thinking felting, I feel like is I will do eventually. This one, I'm not planning on felting. Like I said, unless things go way off the planned. We'll see. Anyways, what else? What else have I been working on this week? I've been working on a few things. Okay, the other thing I'm super excited about. I don't really knitwise don't have anything more to show you because I just ran out of time. But okay, my finished bag that is still on the needles. The This was a loops and threads something, something, something. I can't remember. I don't know where the ball band's missing somewhere in my somewhere in the house somewhere. I don't know where it is. Anyways, it's a loops and threads from Michaels, an acrylic and wool blend. Like I think it was 80 acrylic, 20 wool. It was really nice to work with. If only I could remember the name. I don't know. Maybe it will come to me. Probably not. Anyways, this one I remember because the name is so super fun. Crazy Sexy Wool. Both of these were super bulky. I knit with a 10 millimeter needle. I followed a pattern on Ravelry. It was a free pattern, and I'm blanking on the name of it too. It was called something like Simple Pillow. Like it was just that was it. It was 30 stitches, 3 stitches, garter stitch on either side, stockinette stitch. I went till I was halfway and then I just switched colors. I didn't bother doing a turn row. I had thought about putting a purl row, so I would have a raised ridge on there just to make turning maybe a little easier. And then I adapted not to do that. So that's it. Both yarns were really nice to work with. They were great. The update on this project is that I popped down to Lens Mills and I picked up a 16-inch pillow form. I have not even tried to put this pillow the knitted pillow cover over the pillow form. So let's cross our fingers here, please, that this is going to work. I think it will. Oh my goodness, I think it will. This is like one of those moments where all of a sudden, when you're doing this in front of people, you're like, oh, I really hope this is going to work. But I'm thinking, okay, that looks like it's sort of in the center of the pillow. Okay, what's this over here? Okay, that I would say looks pretty good, right? The pillow will squish, the knitting will pull. I think. Oh, loops and threads, cozy wool. Yes, 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 Diane. I think you're right. Cozy wool. Thick, chunky wool, I think. Yes, that sounds cozy wool. Yeah, I, I think you're right. Liz says looking good. I think it'll be fine, right? I'm going to Kitchener stitch, whip stitch. I don't know what I'm going to do. Something that's going to look okay. Um, I think that will be perfect. This will pull over here. Oh yeah, we got lots. Shimmy the pillow over here a little bit. One side pulled, yeah. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say, why does that look lumpy? That would be why. Okay, yeah, we're good. Oh my gosh. You guys, you would think I had completely planned this. And the top, yeah, I think we're good for the top too. I guess I will cast, I did not cast this off just in case I needed to add a row or take away a row, but yeah, I think we're probably okay. I think I'll just cast it off and then Kitchener stitch. Nope, mattress stitch is what I wanted to say. Mattress stitch that closed. Will I do mattress stitch? Am I going to want to wash this? Am I going to want to take the pillow cover off the pillow? I probably should say yes, but will I ever actually do that? Or, I mean, it's just going to, it's not going to really get used, especially because it's white. But it does feel really cozy. I'm thinking that I'm not really gonna use it. It's just gonna, like, sit it's decor, not usable pillow. Um, if it gets dirty and looks like it needs to be washed, will I just knit another one? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? I could do I could knit my white I could knit my white a little farther down, and then I could just sew buttons on. I could do that, and then it could be removable. That's probably the better way to do it, right? And the buttons would actually look super cute on there, wouldn't it? What do you guys think? Buttons? Yes, no? Just mattress stitch it and be done? I mean, if I could not weave in the ends, and then I could just pick the mattress stitch out to wash it, spot clean it. Absolutely. Buttons. Oh, I would do buttons. Wendy says buttons. I could spot clean up buttons. Oh, you're right. I have a grandbaby. Yeah. A washable. Okay, that means buttons. Everybody's saying buttons. I know. Okay. All you guys, how often do you actually wash your pillows? I mean, yeah. Let's be honest. Yeah. Okay. Buttons it is. Elizabeth. All right. Elizabeth says buttons. Just throw the whole pillow in the wash. I could do that too, right? Or just hand wash the whole thing, soak it. Oh my gosh, it would take, and then throw it in the dryer. Um, oh, Nikki says often I have kids. Yeah, seeing, um, yeah. Okay, buttons it is. Buttons so it can be washable. I mean, really, that is the way to go. Okay. Oh my god, now I get to look through my button stash. I have the perfect buttons. I yeah, I've collected a bunch of wooden buttons, and I think that would look fun on there. Or I could just go to Fabricland and I could buy like big pink buttons to go in the white. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe I'll just use wooden buttons. But oh, I'm super excited. This is gonna look so good. I will work at sewing that up this week and find some buttons. Crazy Sexy Wool collection is Wool in the Gang. Yes, it is Diane, and that's where that yarn did come from. Looks more like um, in okay. I have to wait till your comment pops up. Anyways, so that's almost a finish. I'm really excited about that. Um, oh, I did a little bit of sock knitting, you guys. And cork buttons. I don't think I have any cork buttons. Is okay. Do I need to go looking for those? I'm like any excuse to go button shopping. I am in for. Okay, my DK socks, you guys. So I've had sock one done for a little while. A Knit Picks DK sock yarn, short row garter stitch heel, which I'm really, really liking, and sock number two. Oh, this has just been so fun to knit on. It is knitting so fast. I love DK socks right at this moment. So my leg is almost done, like almost. Like 6 rounds or something. I'm almost there. And then I will get to start this short row heel again, which I'm really excited for because I am going to have to look at my instructions again because I don't remember how I did it the first time. So this is exciting. It's like a learning opportunity here. I'm really looking forward to doing the heel again. So yeah, this was done on track. I just keep looking at this ball thinking, "Ooh, I don't have a whole lot," but I just have the heel and the foot, so I don't need a whole lot of yarn. So I think it's going to work out perfectly. I have another skein of this DK sock yarn somewhere, and I'm thinking that I've already cataloged it and weighed it and put it in on the shelf and everything. I'm sure I came across it. So I can't knit with it because I've weighed it and I can't start taking yarn out of what I've weighed until I have it all sorted. So that might have meant that I went to Knit Stitch and bought another skein of DK sock. But I forgot to bring it up here to show you, so I'll have to remember to bring it up next week. But it is a really pretty variegated one that Suzanne dyed herself. So Suzanne from Knit Stitch dyes yarn under the brand of Yarn Bird Studio, and it is really, really pretty. And I have that to use for another pair of socks, possibly for holiday gift giving. My problem is that I want to keep everything for myself, but I'm gonna have to part with some of these things. I worked on my shawl a little bit, and I am not in the teal. I got so excited. Was it last week? I was looking at the ball and I thought, oh my gosh, I am getting so close to the teal. Well, I really truly thought I was getting close. I thought I was getting close. And then now I'm looking at the ball and I'm like, okay, there's still a lot of gray there. I mean, there's a lot less than there was, but really, like, there's still a lot of gray. I don't know. I was somehow thinking I was going to like knit through this gray so quick and I was going to get into all these fun shades of teal, but I am not there yet. So I am still plugging away on the beautiful shades of gray. Um, but it's looking good. It's getting bigger. Let's see, where am I? It's getting longer. It's getting wider. See, look at all those shades of gray. Doesn't that look lovely? I mean, it really, like, even down here while I was knitting it, like, right around here, I think there's a color change. And I honestly didn't even see the color change while I was knitting it until I had it out in the natural sunlight. And, but okay, there you can see, can you see one? I think there's one like right here, and then you can see one all the way up here. Anyways, there's lots and lots of shades of gray. Diane, you can see a few. Yeah. Anyways, it's a really cool dye job, right? Like it is nice gray, gray. I have a few more shades of gray. I'm just gonna keep going. Um, so I did get a bit done. You can see my stitch markers. So I got a few rows done. My plan was to try and do a couple, 2 or 4 rows every night. I don't know if I quite did that. There was a few nights I missed, and then one night I sat and tried to make up for all of those nights. But, I got a few more rows done, so I will just keep plugging away. So the yarn is from Hobby Lobby, from when Mary and I were at the Michigan Fiber Festival together back now well, not quite a few, but a few years ago, 2019. And there's a lot of yarn in there. I don't know where this ball band has gone either. I'm gonna find them all somewhere. I probably stuck them all in a safe spot. Anyways, Yarn Bee, what was it? A wheat teal of fortune was the colorway, and something Rhapsody was the actual brand of yarn. It is acrylic and wool blend. It actually feels really, really nice. Acrylic and cotton. Sorry, not wool. There's no wool in this. Acrylic and cotton, and it feels really nice. It's really nice to knit with. It is very thin. It is like a number one sock weight yarn, but no nylon, so use it for shawls. It's great. I'm really, really enjoying it, and I'm loving all the shades of gray. When I actually get to the fun color, I will be beyond excited. Will it be this week? I don't know. I'm just going to, again, I'm going to move my stitch marker to where I am right now and start counting rows again this week. See how far we get. One of these days, you guys, I'm going to be so excited. I just won't be able to contain myself, and you're going to be, everybody's going to be like, what in the world she's so excited for? And you guys who know are going to be like, she's made it to the teal. Little things excite me. Okay, stitch markers moved right up to the end. So now I can start counting my rows again this week until next Monday. Okay, shawl, one day it'll be done. Will it be done in time for Christmas? I don't know. At this rate, I really don't know. Maybe, because this one could go in the gift box as well, because I think it would be nice. The teal and the gray, I think that would be nice colors for a few people. And I've got this in my really pretty flower bag that I absolutely love. Hi, Jennifer. Okay. So, DK, oh, I have one more thing. So, you know how I'm supposed to be doing a cable project for the Fiber Friends? Well, that was supposed to have been last week's yarn, which I do not have up here because I just cast on. I wound the ball, cast on, like literally cast on, and that was it. I don't even think I joined it in the round, but it is on a needle. Um, and then I changed my project. For some reason, well, oh no, I dropped stitches, you guys. Okay. Okay. Just have to pick up a couple stitches here. Not the end of the world, and it's not in a cable. So let's just grab the stitches so they don't escape down any further. So what I'm going for here is a child size cowl. It is bigger than it looks because it is scrunched up here on the 16-inch needle. I found a 16-inch 4.5 millimeter needle. 4.5s are very hard to come by around here because I have used them all. And this one I found, and I could not find my stitch markers. I started this Saturday morning while Cheryl and I were podcasting. Could not find any stitch markers up here at all. So I found a little ball of orange and made my own, and they are working just fine. And I just totally just made it up. So let me turn it right side out here. And I have a 8-stitch cable and a 6-stitch cable because that was just I literally I just cast on. I pulled out a length of yarn, I did a long tail cast on, and I cast on until I had an even number of stitches and really couldn't do any more. I was going to cast on a few more stitches, but I ran out of yarn. I'm like, yep, I'm just going to go with that. So then I just divided out, I don't know, just did a little bit of math. Just divided my stitch count into 4 and then took that number and figured out how many numbers I would use for cables, put some purl stitches in between, and that's what I got. So this is an 8-stitch cable, and there's a 6-stitch just because that's the way the numbers worked out. And I think it is going to look absolutely wonderful. Having a lot of fun. I'm just cabling every 7th row, and they're both a cable to the front. Easy peasy. No no pattern, just counting my rows and then a cable. Count my rows and a cable. Knit some pearls, and super easy and a lot of fun. And I say this every time I do a cable project. I'm like, why am I not cabling more often? Because I really, really like this. So I am doing a cable because I am holding 4 stitches to the front and 3 stitches to the front. So I am just using a cable needle, otherwise known as a random double pointed needle that had within arm's reach, and I like it. So I'm just going to keep going. This was some random yarn that we had in our stash for our knitting club that I am just trying to knit up into something that is going to be usable and wearable. I have this big urge to want to do a lot of charity knitting and drop things off at the women's shelter in various places in the city. So I'm just thinking that I'm just going to do this. Maybe next one, add in a few more stitches, make a larger adult size, make various sizes for kids, and just do a bunch of these and drop them off. I had hoped to have a bunch more of this done because I'm really doesn't need a whole lot for a child size to be done. So it's fun. I'm hoping to get a bunch more of these done. While it is August, but it's August 19th. August is like literally slipping away here, but I have a week and a bit to hopefully knit up 3 or 4 of these. That would make me happy if I could get that done. So that is that. My pillow, this, my no, it's not. No, it's not. There is one more thing up here. Okay, you guys, if you were watching Jocelyn and I Friday night, I was talking about how I was going to be so focused. I was working on my little shorty sock. I was not going to knit on other things like my cabled cowl that I started the very next day, or the shawl, or the DK socks. But um, I was going to stay very, very focused and try to get my dainty sock done. Well, that of course did not happen, but I am ready to do the heel flap. So here we are. I have not folded this over. So we've got the turning row there for the picot cuff. So I will turn it over there. Can you start to see the little picot there? And I will sew that down. So I think the pattern actually tells you to knit so many rows, do your picot round, knit the exact same number of rounds again, and then probably pick up the 2 stitches and knit them together. So you sew them down. And it's like, yeah, I didn't want to do that. So I didn't. So I'm just gonna go around and I'm just gonna tack them all down, which is I'm pretty sure what I did on sock 1. So I'm just gonna keep going. Then there was a few just plain rounds, and now I have, yes, just started my heel flap. I've got all my heel flap stitches on one needle. This heel flap is done just in plain stockinette stitch. There's no slip stitch heel flap on this one. So it is just, I'm slipping the first stitch of the row, knitting, and then slipping the first stitch and purling back. So I'm just going to do that for 2.5 inches and then do the Dutch heel. And then I'll just, you know, decrease away those gusset stitches and do the foot and the toe, and it will be done. The only problem is this is ball 1. I have to go and look for ball 2 because I have to have a second ball here. I have to. I'm pretty sure now that this is discontinued. I have not actually looked online to see if I can order it, but I've looked in a couple of stores and they do not carry this colorway. I did find it in a yarn store when I was on vacation. They still had some in stock. So whether they just had some old stock, I could order it from there and have it shipped, or I could just do a little bit of a road trip on a Saturday and drive a number of hours and go pick it up, which I may possibly do. But I'm going to actually look here first because it has to be. I would not have bought possibly one ball of Croy because one ball of Croy doesn't really make a pair of socks. It's shorties. I tried, and it was doable. I did it, but they were not really wearable because there wasn't enough of the leg to really keep it on. So I'm sure there has to be a ball here. I just have to find it. So I'm just going to knit this until it's done, and I will find the second ball, and then I will probably try to find I will find, like, the striping sequence and carry on, keeping the striping going the same. I did not They're not gonna match because I just started. I didn't worry about lining up my stripes for the cups, so they're gonna be like a matching mismatched pair, and I am, like, totally fine with that. I will not lose any sleep over not having my stripes completely match at all. I can say 100% that is not gonna bother me at all. Not a bit. So, I'm just gonna carry on. Yeah, this is really fun. It's called, what was it? Sweet Stripes? Yes, Sweet Stripes. Yeah, it's very fun, very summery. It's lovely. So, fingers crossed I find the second ball. Otherwise, I will have to go on a little bit of a road trip to get a second one, but at least I know where there is one, and hopefully it's still there, I guess. So anyway, yeah, I didn't quite focus. A Friday night, I was like, okay, I'm going to focus. I'm going to power through. I'm going to do the sock, and then that's when I realized I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have ball two. And then I wanted to start the cowl, and then I wanted to do a little bit more on the DK sock because I really wanted to get the leg done. But I put it down so I could work on the shawl. So everything got a little bit of knitting on it, and I would just keep working on these projects again. The shawl, get a few more, an inch or so done on it, plug away getting towards those teal stripes, and this, try and get ball two done, find a second ball one done, and then work on ball two. I'd love to get this little guy done because this is really good. This is like a perfect Netflix binging audiobook listening kind of thing. You can knit this without having to pay too much attention. And yeah, DK socks. And oh my goodness, my new bag. I am really excited for this bag. I am really excited, and I'm really hoping that it turns out exactly how it should. And I can't see why it wouldn't. So I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be a bag, right? As long as it's joined and there's a handle on it, it'll be usable. I think it'll be a great project bag for putting, I don't know, maybe the shawl that is never ending. Maybe I could transfer it into there. We'll see. Oh no, I'm not supposed to transfer from project bag, am I? Because that's how I lose things. So I'll just have to put a new start project in there. Anyways, it'll be so fun. Love that focus of yours. I know I was very focused until I did a little of this and a little of that and a little of this. But I'm regaining focus, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to keep working on it. I may work on that sock tonight, and yeah, just work on this heel flap. That's, one step at a time. Work on the heel flap, and then turn the heel, and then decrease away those gusset stitches, and we'll see how far this little last that first ball, see how far that gets me. I'm sure I can get all that done, and then I'll just carry on. So I'm really looking forward to the mitered stitches. Are going to be so fun. This is going to be a great knitting week. Mitered stitches, cables, socks, some easy shawl knitting, just when I don't know, need something easier than all of the others. I mean, nothing that I'm doing is super, super complicated, but sometimes just a plain garter stitch project is exactly what you need at the end of a long day. Until squirrel, I know exactly. Until I have Scarlet's sweater that I need to finish, you guys, because I have a new idea. Because it was kind of feeling fallish out, and I was in Dollarama today, and they had, Halloween stuff out and fall things. I'm like, Scarlet needs a Halloween sweater. And Anita and Dalton really, really like Halloween. That is probably their favorite holiday of the year. So I'm like, Scarlett needs a little sweater with a pumpkin, like an Antarja sweater, right? With a pumpkin, or oh, it could be stranded. I don't know. I just thought of this afternoon. This was all of a sudden, I'm like, ooh, I need to finish the gray sweater, the Norwegian fur, Norwegian pine. Oh my goodness, which one is it? Norwegian fur. That really cute garter stitch one with the pine, the little lace, looks like little like Christmas trees, pine trees, fir trees, Norwegian pine. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Um, Sam, multicolored one. Anyways, I have that done. The yoke is just about done. And then it's just round and round and some garter stitch. So I need to finish that so I can cast on a new Halloween fur. Thank you, Diane. I'm like, I know they both actually sounded correct to me. Norwegian fur. Thanks, Nikki. Um, anyways, yeah, I think I really need to do her a Halloween sweater. You guys would agree with that, right? And of course, now is the time to do that so I can knit it in September so she can have it for the 1st of October to wear for the whole month of October while it's Halloween until she grows out of it, right? Right. I know. I'm so glad. I'm sure you guys are all agreeing with me. Anyways, so that may be next week's new start is another little sweater for Scarlett. So I better work on her Norwegian fur one and get it done because I was knitting the largest size that the pattern offered, which is pretty much what she is wearing right now. So if these cool nights stick around, this is exactly the time of year I was knitting it for her to wear kind of the end of summer. Um, yeah, so it needs to get finished and get it delivered to her so she can start wearing it and then work on the Halloween sweater for Scarlett. Yes, that is my new plan. Anyways, there's going to be lots of Scarlett knitting, I am sure, because she's just going to keep growing out of things. A haunted house cowl. That would be fun. Make Scarlett a haunted house cowl. I could totally do that. I could just make her all the things. And they're little, which would help me with the finishing side of things too. No, I did not find any of that shade of cotton yet, Sam. But I haven't gone through. I still have two two totes, two totes I think left to go through. Nikki, you're working. Oh yes, you're working on Marvel's cardigan. That's right. That's right. Yes. I know. I'm excited. I'm just thinking, and I think it's right this time of year when it starts to get a little cooler and you're thinking, okay, it is almost sweater weather. Kind of start thinking of all the things you can cast on, all the things you want to knit. Yeah, which is basically everything, right? So we'll see. What is everybody else working on? We've got a few more minutes here before we wrap up. I'm really excited about this knitting week ahead. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to sit and work on, I don't know. I really want to work on the cabled cowls, what I really want to work on. But I should work on the dainty socks because I really want to get that done. Oh, Diane, you're working on cables? Exciting. So is there anybody else? Oh, Susie's working on socks. Anybody else who, like me, who's doing maybe the cable challenge for the Fiber Friends? And are you like, huh, why am I not doing cables more often? I'm thinking I maybe need to do some more cables. Like maybe can I put cables in Scarlett's Halloween sweater? Is there anything you can't cable and make it look like a ghost, can you? Like that's just not really. Um no, probably not. Oh, Nancy, a triangle shawl. I love those. Those are so wearable. Jocelyn, you're just working on the body of that white Elsa sweater from Friday. Yes. How much you must if you've been working on that's you must have like half the body done, do you? It should knit up somewhat quick, right? Because it's not fingering weight. Okay, Juice says so you can cable and make it look like a pumpkin. Okay, yes. Because I mean, you can cable and make it look like an owl by putting buttons. So can you do the same thing and make it look like a pumpkin? Okay, I'm gonna think about that. Hi, Don, you're working on, oh, the apple pie hat by Tin Can Knits for the cable challenge. Perfect. I love their patterns. Diane, you finished your underwing mitts and working on shorty socks. Okay, I love this. Oh, hey, Regina. Oh, I didn't know about the cable challenge. Yes, you need to find out more because I love, ooh, all the alongs. And I've been joining in several different needle arts arenas. That's awesome. Well, yep. Fiber Friends, every month we have a different challenge. And September is still up for grabs. In the Fiber Friends Facebook group, there is a poll going on right now. But I think Stripes was in the lead, so I'm kind of assuming haven't gone I'll have to go back in and look, but I'm kind of thinking that's what our September project's going to be. October is any kind of textured stitch pattern for whatever project you want. November is gift knitting. So just giving everybody a little extra time towards their holiday knitting, so it can be anything that's going to be gifted. And then December is, of course, like holiday themed um, ornaments, um, pom-pom garlands and red, white, and green or blue and silver, whatever your holiday colors are, snowflakes, gnomes, Santa Clauses, I know, all the things, Christmas balls, all that kind of thing. Oh, you're gonna go look. Yes, go take a peek. Um, oh, Liz, you started a man's sock. Darn, those are big. I know. I know. Just extras. I know. Stitches cast on. Everything's a little bit longer. Just takes a little bit long. Oh, Dawn. Okay, so yours has so many cables. Okay, 4 stitch cables all over. I'm slightly regretting choosing it, but it'll be fantastic once it's all done. But you said, and was it just a hat? Where was yours? Apple pie hat. Yes. So it's just a hat. You can do it. You can do it. Hey, Sam. Help you figure out the dogwood mosaic. Oh, yes, yes, yes. We'll see each other on Thursday, so we'll go over it. Yeah, so fun. I love okay. Always fun hearing what everybody else is working on. Oh, Jude, ignoring the sock with the mess. Oh, the heel. Yes. Okay, was that the Fleagle heel again? So you have it in a timeout. It's in the naughty corner. It knows what it did. Yeah, not operator error at all, was it? You know, I know. We all like to live in denial, right? Blame it on the sock. Let's see. Diane. Oh, scrubbies that look like Christmas tree balls for gifts. I like that. That totally counts for the December challenge. Nice. Oh my God. I know so many fun things. I mean, this time of year is always fun, right? Between fall things and pumpkins, knitting pumpkins, and just, yeah, all the fun stuff that rolls right into Halloween, which rolls into, um, your Christmas or the holiday that you celebrate. And then we start knitting again for spring. So it just never really ends, does it? It's just one fun project into another, into another. And then before you know it, we're back around to holiday gift knitting once again. Okay, everybody, we are just hitting the 9 o'clock mark. Daisy's come here to visit. Um, I think that is it. I'm going to gather up all my projects. I'm going to go settle in with my audiobook and I'm going to try to knit for a couple hours here and get a start. Find some needles for the new bag, cast on, and see what I get done. I've got big plans for this week. So we'll see. Come back next Monday and we'll see if that was successful or not. It's hard to say, right? If I focus on socks, I'm not going to have very much to talk about other than like say here's a finished sock. So we'll see. Hopefully, I get a good a finished sock and start on the bag and progress on a whole bunch of other things is my plan. So everybody have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for voting. Thanks for chatting in the comments. This is really like is the best way to start off the week. And we will see you all next week. And happy knitting, everybody. We will see you next Monday.